Hey bosses, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm really excited to walk you through how to write an amazing cover letter from top to bottom, section by section, and this is going to be a tutorial video. So I'll be sharing my screen and walking you through my thought process and helping you craft an amazing cover letter from start to finish. And I know this is a really important topic because so many of you are asking, can I just pay you to write a cover letter? As much as I enjoy writing cover letters, one, it's not economical for you if you continuously pay somebody to do it, but two, it's much more powerful when it comes from your own tone and voice and your own personal stories. And once you get this process down, I promise you, it's super simple. And just as a bonus, I added this cover letter template down in the description box. So if you enjoyed it and you want to utilize it and download it, go ahead and just click on the link below and you'll get direct access to it. And by the way, this is the exact cover letter that I give as a bonus to my Happily Hired Formula students, which is the e-course program that walks you through A to Z of a job search process. And it's the exact same cover letter I personally use anytime I do write a cover letter for someone. So it's all yours, it's free. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Let's dive in. All right, my friends, what I have here is the cover letter template, which you can again download in the description box down below. Once you have the download, you can actually pause this video as many times as you would like and fill in your own information. And if you'd like to do that before you start, go ahead and hit pause now and download it. You should have instant access and then you can dive right in. Otherwise, go ahead and follow along and implement what you learn later. But I'm a big believer in just going along and putting what you learn into immediate action. So up to you, but let's dive in. This document, by the way, is going to have 2 pages, but your cover letter is actually going to be just 1 page. If you are at 2 pages, then you really want to start thinking, how can I write more concisely, as brevity is king? And it's also going to be a good rule of thumb so you know that you're not rambling on too much, but just putting in what is essential. So in the cover letter here, we have on the first page a template of exactly what needs to go framework by framework, and you can fill in the blanks. But for the purpose of this, I'm actually going to go to page 2, which is the sample cover letter that I've included in here so that you can see what a completed product should look like and sound like. And then we'll walk through the exact thought process behind each section, which again is really broken down here section by section on the first page. So without further ado, let's dive right in. The top section here is really critical that you copy and paste what is on your resume because you really want a cohesive brand, and whatever you have there, it should really be refined and polished and have the main contact information that somebody needs to get in touch with you. So that's pretty straightforward. The next section here is actually one of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of people make, and that is who the cover letter should be addressed to. I see a lot of people write Dear Hiring Manager or To Whom It May Concern or Dear Hiring Team, and I have to say that looks really lazy. We are in this digital world where at the click of a mouse, you can find any information there is. And what I want to share with you is it just makes you stand out from all of the other applicants who are writing Dear Hiring Manager to whom it may concern. So this is a really great way to just stand out of that rejection pile by simply putting an actual name and title of somebody who works there. So by the way, I won't go into it in too much detail, but I'll also create another tutorial following this that basically breaks these instructions down. So on page 1, I actually have a step-by-step blog tutorial of screenshots on how to find somebody on LinkedIn given your current title that you're going for. But in a nutshell, what I will share is that you should be able to look at the job description and see if there's a name or a title or an actual person that it says you will be reporting to. So if that is the case, go ahead and put them in. And if not, which a lot of job descriptions don't, you really want to start thinking about who would be the hiring manager for this position. So for example, in this tutorial, I'm going to be using Blue Apron as the company and customer experience specialist as the job that is open. So when I know that I'm going to apply for a customer experience specialist role, I can go to LinkedIn and type in Blue Apron, go to their company page, and take a look at all of the employees that currently work there. I might just use keywords and type in customer experience and see if anybody has a title that says either customer experience manager, customer experience director, VP of customer experience. So, again, when you think about your role and where you are in the department, you can kind of guess who you will be reporting to. If this person is inactive on LinkedIn or nothing comes up with those keywords, then go ahead and find who is in human resources, talent acquisition, or recruiting, and preferably at a manager or higher level. So in this case, I found the head of human resources, which is the title I've listed here, and then of course I put the name that was found on LinkedIn. I want to emphasize that the bigger the company is, the less likely it is that you might get the exact person who is going to be responsible for the role. So just know that recruiters aren't going to be big sticklers so long as they can understand your thought process. So for example, if I'm going for a customer experience and I made this out to like the VP of sales, that may not make the most sense, and the recruiter on the other end might be wondering, why is this person making this out to our VP of sales? Likewise, if you find a technical recruiter and you're applying for a non technical role, that might not make sense either, right? So, as long as you can help the person think logically about why you addressed it to who you did, and you're not putting dear hiring manager, you can trust that you're standing out in the right way. After you put in the name, the title, the company name, even though you're not mailing this, it's good to put the address just because it makes it a more formal cover letter. And what I will share with you is you can put the headquarters down, or if you know the exact location that you're applying to, feel free to Google search the company name and that city location and see what comes up. And you can go ahead and put that address in there as well. The next section here is the introduction or salutation, and this is going to say, Dear Ms. Kate Muzzati, colon. Even if the person is married, you always want to put Ms. as you don't want to assume. And it's always going to be Ms. or Mr. And then I see a lot of people put commas, but the actual formal way to address this letter is with a colon. And you'll put their full first and last name. So hopefully that's pretty straightforward. Then the next section is really important because so many people get this wrong. And what I want to share is so many people also write something cookie cutter that sounds something like this. It is with my utmost enthusiasm that I apply for blah, blah, blah. And what I want to share is nobody really talks like that, right? And I understand why people write that because if they did a Google search for a cover letter sample, that's most likely what has come up. But I want to really challenge you and ask yourself, do I speak like this? In a cover letter, I would really challenge you to write just the way that you speak, but maybe more on the professional and formal tone, but really what you would say modern day. And also, what's really important to recognize is a lot of people make the mistake of just going into I. They share, what they are really good at and why they should be hired for the position. But what I really want to challenge you on is to hook in your reader by sharing out of all of the companies that are listed out there, out of all of the job descriptions, for example, this customer experience specialist type role. Why are you applying to this company? And so when it comes down to it, you really want to make sure that you're articulating that you understand its mission, its product, its service, its brand, and you're super excited to help them build that. And if you have had personal experience before, I would say lead with that. Let them know that you're a customer or consumer. People really enjoy and gravitate towards personal narratives. However, if you are applying to a company you've never had personal experience with, you can absolutely still apply, but you want to take it one step further and really demonstrate you've done research beyond what's listed on their website. So take a look at their social media, take a look at some recent press releases. You really want to share with them, hey, I know what you do, and I'm really excited about this. And this is why I'm applying. Another thing that I really want to just lay out there is this by no means has to be a Pulitzer Prize Award winning cover letter, right? You're not publishing this for 1,000 copies to be printed. You're just writing it for one person. So I want to alleviate the pressure from you from thinking, oh no, this has to be perfect. This has to be captivating and enticing. The more you can grasp your audience's attention, the better. But if you find yourself sitting here for 15 minutes wondering, what should I write? Then go back to basics and just simply write what you know about the company and what you've been able to demonstrate you've researched. So in this case, I have used Blue Apron before, and I do remember that the first ingredient or recipe that I cooked was lasagna. So I wrote, when I first cooked the lasagna delivered to my door, I was hooked. But upon further research, what inspires me more is Blue Apron's mission to support local farms and having an eco friendly initiative. So I'm really demonstrating I've gone beyond just their website and I recognize, wow, they actually have a sustainability cause. And that's really exciting for me. So then you would write, for these reasons, I would be delighted to be considered for company's name and the title. And in the title, I would always bold this because a lot of companies have multiple requisitions open, and it's just very clear on what it is that you're applying for. So once you have that quick 1 to 2 reasons why you're excited about this company, its mission, its brand, its product, its service, then it's time to move into what you can offer. And here, I would really stress that you understand the type of role that you're applying to. So if you were to zoom out after reading the job description and ask yourself, what are the most important things that make this person successful? Or what kind of problem is this person really solving? And what skills are needed or required to make that happen? That is what you want to highlight in this second paragraph here. Now that you've been able to capture their attention and share, I'm really excited about what you do, now is the time to share, this is great because this is what I do, or this is what I bring, or this is the value that I can offer. And I want to share that this is going to be a high level summary and overview. It's really important to know by the time they read your cover letter, they've already read your resume. So your cover letter is really not a place to restate or regurgitate everything that has been stated on the resume, but rather you should be using this as a space to supplement what's on your resume or even what's not on your resume. So, at a high level overview, I know that this customer experience specialist role is going to need a lot of really great communication as well as the ability to provide high customer satisfaction. So, I really captured that at a high level overview and I put this into a few sentences here. The next section states, below is an analysis of a few requirements that match my background. And guys, this is really strong. This is what I call the T cover letter. So it's basically a T chart, and it basically shares on one side, copied and pasted from their job description, the top 3 things that they want. And on the right hand side is an example of how you demonstrate that. What does this do then? It leaves zero room for the reader to say, Emily's really not a match. Because I'm clearly outlining and stating, here's what you want in your own words, and here's what I bring to the table. And this shows that what you want is exactly what I can bring, right? So, what I want to share here is this is a space to really expand upon what's written on your resume. So, again, we're not pulling things that are so obvious. For example, a lot of job descriptions say they want somebody with a bachelor's degree. But if your resume states very clearly you have a bachelor's degree, then don't waste this real estate to regurgitate that. Instead, you want to capture things that are preferred or required that aren't so obvious. And again, think about how can I demonstrate this? So, just pulling from a random example, if they want somebody who's comfortable with data and has strong analytical skills, to highlight this, I would then give a specific situation or scenario of when I did this in my career. And I would also share how I've been able to contribute or what benefits the company has reaped from this. So here is a little bit of a result that, I'm able to present trends to clients because of this. And what I'll share with you in this section is that a lot of job descriptions want the same thing. Everybody wants a self starter, right? So, here, willing to roll up sleeves is their own words. But in the future, as you think about your ability to be a self starter, you can always copy and paste what you've already written. So you're not reinventing the wheel all the time. For the most part, your specific examples and buckets on the right hand side are going to be an overarching categories that you'll see time and time again on job descriptions. This may seem like a lot of work up front, but I promise you it's really easy. So just make sure you have a master Word document where you're capturing these big buckets of skill sets that you can then copy and paste into any example. And then again, on the left hand side, you're just going to be using their words, right? So maybe this second bullet, for example, could be captured as data analytics or analytical skills or organizational skills, even. And then at the very end, you just want to kind of re highlight the company and the title that you're going for. So it doesn't seem like you're mass blasting and applying to every position out there, but you're really taking the time to craft this customized cover letter. And of course, at the end, you'll go ahead and just put whatever signature you want to sign it off, and you're done. I hope you found that tutorial super easy and helpful. If you're still hitting writer's block, of course, feel free to message me. I'll link down my contact information below in case you want to get directly in touch or you need deeper support around your job search. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you could share it amongst your social media platforms. That would mean the world to me. And also don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and absolutely subscribe because I post new videos every Thursday. This is the channel for any career transition, career advancement, career development, anything career related that you might need support with. And I also take recommendations for any type of specific topics you would like me to conduct a video on. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Until next time, have a great day.